I'm Joshua Hanlon here in Orlando, Florida, and we just finished taking a look at just2good's Lego studio here. So if you haven't seen that, check the description for a link to that video. Now we're going to sit down and do a more in-depth interview with Justin. And so you can see he's got the mask on. This is a good time to talk about kind of your avatar and where that comes from.
Yeah, well, first, Josh, it's my insect head. I know it looks ugly, but it's not a mask. Second off, where did this avatar come from? Well, my favorite Lego figure of all time is Twitch from the Lego Toy Story line, and he is this awesome praying mantis. And since I was born a praying mantis, or at least a praying mantis head, I related to him so much, and that's why it's my avatar, you know? Lego finally had representation for the mantis people.
Okay, I stand corrected. I apologize.
It's okay. It's okay. People commonly make that mistake.
So let's start off then with the history of your channel. If you want to talk about how you first got involved with the YouTube community and making Lego YouTube videos.
Yeah, well, it started back in 2011. I was like, I want to make a Lego YouTube channel. So I made one called Just2good Euro Bricks. The Euro Bricks part was dropped later on, I think in 2014 or so. And I was inspired by people like Night Shroud 99, who did some very early Lego reviews, Lego Lee 329, and also this type of video that I think his name was SMU Toys or something like that. And he would go into stores and he would show all these different like Lego sets and other toys in the store. So my first video ever was actually this one video where I was at a Toys R Us and I saw the new 2012, at the time it was 2012 Lego Star Wars sets for January. And I was like, nobody else has gotten these. So hey guys, check out, this is there. But the thing was, I didn't talk at all. And I just kind of filmed all the sets there. So that got popular because I saw like, I sent it out to people. I was like, hey, Brick Show, check this out. Brick Show actually commented on it. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so famous. It got 1,000 views in like a day. I was like, oh, I'm the most popular person on YouTube. And so yeah, and it kind of escalated to my first talking video was actually a review of the Toy Story Woody and Buzz to the Rescue set. I know I wanted to choose a very recognizable and a set that meant a lot to me to start off with. And that was in March of 2012. And I was like, big voice reveal, because before it was big face reveal, it was big voice reveal. People were like, what's your voice sound like? Who does this sound like? And I'm like, hello, Just2good here, back with another video.
How old were you when you first started?
Let's just say I was pretty young.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes, I was much young. Not revealing any specific ages.
There is something interesting there, though, that, and I've kind of talked with people about this, and you can probably see this as well, because I started the podcast that turned into the channel when I was 15, so fairly young myself when I first started doing videos and everything. And I think there is something to be said for kind of building up a channel when you're younger like that. You don't need, you don't need to be making money right away from it and stuff like that. So you have a lot more freedom to build that up and be creative and experiment with the type of content.
Yeah, it's like the first year or two is really your time to set up your character, to set up who you are, and of course you can change that later on. But like, it's more of a learning phase. I think that like that first year is more of like a learning phase. Even though I was technically making, because I had revenue since 2011 on my other, because I had a Yu-Gi-Oh channel. I still have it, I still upload on there. But I was technically making revenue. I never got my first check from YouTube until like October 2013, I think, I think October 2013 or 2014. So yeah, it's really just a learning ground, I guess.
And I thought it was interesting you mentioned that from the very first video that you made, you kind of sent out, you said you sent it to the Brick Show and other people. So was this something, did you have a pretty good idea of where you wanted to take the channel, like what you wanted to do with this, and you were trying to get the word out there, or was this just kind of something you started off?
Yeah, that's a good question. It was something I didn't know where I was going, I guess. I knew I wanted to do like Lego history, and I still have not done that. I do want to do it soon, but that was literally my first, I made a private video. And I made it, and it basically said my ideas. And I was like, if anybody ever steals my ideas, I got this private video knowing that I did it first, which was stupid. I was like, who cares? But yeah, so I did send it out to the Brick Show. I did my first news video, I think in June 2013. No, June 2012, sorry. There was no voice or anything, it was just text. And I sent that out to this kid named, oh man, I forgot who it was, but the Brick Boy, was it, or something like that? And he was like super popular at the time, and by super popular, he had 2,000 subs, but that was big for Lego. Right. And he commented on there, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm famous, And that was like, it was the same thing with the brick show. And it was like, you know, I wanted to reach out to these people, but really to get some recognition, I guess, you know, yeah.
So we mentioned your first video. You're kind of just showing the sets. You didn't talk at all. Another video that I was kind of looking through some of your older stuff you had up. I think this video that you made it about a year in that I thought was pretty entertaining was it was a rant about the Back to the Future set, the DeLorean car.
Oh yeah, I love that one.
Your camera is like pointed at your laptop screen.
that was you know, nowadays I use Sony Movie Studio, and I would just, you know, I do it all on the computer. But back then I didn't know how to do that, so I would literally point at the laptop screen or whatever, and I would just show the stuff there. So I would have to scroll down, get the next picture, because I didn't know how to edit.
I'm going to make a little rant about this because I made a mistake. Do you see anything wrong with this? I didn't even notice this when I first made the video and posted on Yearbricks. Just, do you see anything wrong? Do you see anything wrong? Do you see anything wrong? What is up with this hood? Tell me what's up with that hood.
Yeah, that was like my first rant video, I think it was. That was a hit, I think, for the time, and you know, people say I'm very negative nowadays. I guess that was the start of it. It was that Back to the Future set, which I still love. I hated how the hood was just blocky. It was just, it didn't look right. They should have done like a sloped, something sloped, you know?
Exactly. Yeah. If I remember correctly, you're like pounding on your laptop screen.
I was like, this is so bad. It's like, this is so bad. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, you know, you really learn. I learned from that because people were like, "This looks terrible. It's awful." You know, you're filming. You know, so I learned. Okay, I got to use the internet or the computer to edit it straight from the computer. But I did those camera screen thoughts videos up until like 2016, I think it was, because I used to do them for just. I stopped doing them and I started doing them just for like Toy Fair videos. And my excuse for filming just the screen was I have to get it out fast because it's Toy Fair, which I don't think that's a good excuse. Yeah.
But yeah, that does bring up something I wanted to talk to you about as well, about how you have a really broad range of content. The types of videos you make are kind of across the board. You make a lot of different interesting videos. So was that, again, something that you kind of had in mind from the very beginning, or did that just kind of, as you did more videos, you kind of found you wanted to go in a lot of different areas with it?
Yeah, I think it was something where it was just the more videos I did. I always do experimental videos, and I'll put out one, and I'll see how people how people receive it, I guess is the right word to use. And like for example, I always wanted to do Lego top 10s. I always wanted to do Lego top 10s, and I was like, you know, people aren't doing Lego top 10s. I think that my first one was like 2015 it was, and I was like, okay, this is it. I'm gonna be the first one to do a Lego top 10, even though I guess technically the TTV did it. That was a whole disputed thing. But anyways, so I was like, I'm gonna be the first one because I love top 10 videos. They're the best. And so I started doing it. Now everybody does Lego top 10s, you know, but I saw that was well received because I would be getting so many views on those. And I still do, which is good. And then like other stuff I'll try, where now I do like news editorial videos, and those got well received. Trying to think of ones that didn't get well received. I think I did I've done a few cartoon reviews that haven't been really like the Unikitty show. That wasn't really like a popular video. Just2 Mail, I still sort of do those, but those aren't the most popular, so it kind of I do those less frequently. But yeah.
There are definitely, I think we found that the case with Beyond the Brick and some of the content we've created, and maybe you found this as well, that there's sort of videos that you create for your core audience that you know might not necessarily get a ton of views and doesn't have a ton of broad of appeal, and then there's the videos that you put out there trying to reach, you know, as many people as possible and a broader appeal.
Yeah, that's actually a really good point. It's like I'm starting the Just2 podcast. I've done a few episodes of that, and they're not the most popular, but that's something that people really like. So I'm gonna keep doing those. You know, maybe a little less frequently, but I got to keep doing those for the core fans, I guess you could say. So yeah.
Exactly. And something that you do a lot of now as well is set reviews. You know, we saw in the studio tour kind of how you do all of that and your setup for that. So how did that evolve over the years? And are there particular themes you look for, or you just kind of review anything you're interested in?
Yeah, I mean, with the set reviews, it really started out where, you know, I would just kind of get what's new. Even though technically my first one was an older set, but that was because I wanted to do something that was really meaningful for my first video, for my first speaking video. But, you know, I sort of did what's new, but then I started doing Throwback Thursdays, like I think last year, maybe it was the year before, I don't remember, but those were kind of a way for me to tap into that older audience because, you know, this is a nostalgic set, and those don't get the most views, but I love doing those because what happened was I would buy all these old sets and I would never get to doing them. Now I have an excuse to, you know, open them and stuff like that. So yeah, that's really how it evolved over time for the reviews, at least.
And what's your strategy with getting sets for that? You just go out and buy them pretty much as soon as they're
which
released?
ones? The older sets or the newer
Oh,
sets?
I guess for newer sets.
Oh
would be
yeah,
more what-
yeah, that's a strategy. You know, people use BrickSeek, which is sometimes I use that, but like it's really just it's fun hunting for new Lego sets. So I'll drive around, you know, hit up all the stores. I used to do it a lot with my mom because she was really she would always help me with that. But yeah, so it's always fun just looking for new Lego sets in the wild. Sometimes I'll find them online. Sometimes I have connections to get me them early. So yeah, it's really how it is.
And what's sort of, if you can take us through a little bit of the process of creating a video, when you come up with an idea, what's your process like for a review or top 10 or some of these videos that you make a lot of? What's the process generally like for you there?
Well, for reviews, it's really get it, build it. I always want to build it myself so I could, you know, learn. Because back in the day, a few times I made my mom build it because there were so many sets and it just didn't work out because I didn't know the set. I didn't know it. So I like building it by my own. And then what I do is I always research. Right after I do that, before I'm going to review, I research which pieces are new, you know, the price, if it's an older set. Well, it's price and pieces that are new, which minifigures are exclusive. So I got to memorize them. Sometimes I used to write them down. I don't write them down too much anymore. I just kind of memorize them. So I'm like, okay, this is a new piece. This is a new piece in this color and stuff like that. But the trick is I say, I believe this is a new piece. Just in case somebody in the comments is like, you're wrong, it's not a new piece. For something like the top 10s, I actually do it where it's a long process. But first I think of the ideas. I think of which sets I'm gonna do. And after that, I start scripting. And when I'm scripting, I come up with the music choices I wanna put. Because I'm like, okay, when I look at this set, I think of this video game song or stuff like that. And then I record it. And then after I record my voice, it's the long process of getting all the pictures and then editing it, which it's so tedious. Recording my voice is tedious too, because usually for news videos, I do it. I don't worry too much, but when I'm doing a top 10 video, I want it to be the best quality ever. So turn off all the air conditioning and I'm on it and I'll keep repeating myself, you know, if I hear sound or I mess up a word. So it's a long process, but you know, I want to put my best out. So, you know,
Yeah, voiceover videos can be a lot of work. We haven't done a lot of those over the years, but whenever we try one, yeah.
Exactly, yeah. I mean, it's something where it's, like I used to be terrible at reading scripts, but now I feel like if I ever have a group project I have to do, like I'll be the one being the script guy because I could totally do it. It was like last year in one of my classes, I had to do like a video project and I got like a perfect grade on it because I was like, oh, this is so easy. I just edit this. Like everybody else was like, hello, this is the modern era of whatever art. And I was just like, hello, almost said just too good there. And I say it and then bam, edited it and I got 100. I was like, oh yeah.
Is that a Just Too Good art channel spoiler?
Yes, oh yeah, definitely. You know, there's actually a Just Too Good music channel.
Is there?
People
Okay.
don't talk about it, yeah. I just archive music or it's like not on the internet. Like I'll save it on my computer. I'm like, okay, here, you know, super obscure TV theme or whatever. So yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Has any video unexpectedly taken off for you, or anything? You said you experiment a lot with, you know, kind of what works. Anything that really took you by surprise?
Well, definitely. I mean, the first top 10, I was expecting it to be sort of popular, but that like blew my mind on how popular that was, and that was just it was a start. Like there was another one where like I think it was the summer 20. There was a time in my YouTube career where it was just like there was 2 videos back to back that were extremely popular. It was the top 20 most wanted sets of summer 2016 and also every minifigure pack I think of 2016, and they were like back to back sort of because they were like a few weeks apart, and those were getting so many views. Like there was one time where like I think summer 20 whatever it was, summer whatever, the summer 2016, it was getting like 7,000 1 hour, 10,000, 12,000, 14,000. Like it was just going up to 20,000, then it went 14, 12, 20, and it went up and down. And it was like crazy because usually my average is like first hour we get like, if it's a top 10, it got 10 max and then it just goes down from there. It'll just go 10, then it's like 5 or 6, and then it's like 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 1, 1, 1, 1. But yeah, that was awesome. And it was the same with the every minifigure pack opening video where it was just like 14 this hour, 14,000 this hour. You know. I remember I was in the mall when I was looking at the top 20. I was with my friends. I was like, I'm going to be super rich and famous. This is it. My big break. I made it. Yeah. Dang. Yeah.
It is interesting though how your perspective changes so much. As you know, like you said, when you first start out and you basically have no following, then like a 2,000 subscriber channel,
like,
it's like it blows your mind. And then as you get bigger,
it's
your
like
whole
100,000.
perspective
Whoa! Now I'm at 220, and it's still really cool. You know, I always say this: my accomplishment in life, my diploma, my high school diploma, my college degree, whatever. No, it's my freaking 100,000 subscribers silver play button. I love that. It looks great. Anybody walks in, I'm like, hey, look at this. You know, I feel so accomplished in life. You know, so yeah, it's awesome. You know?
That's very true. Well, that's kind of a good transition to something else I want to talk to you about, which is YouTube as a platform and kind of your approach to that. Because you know we're recording this in December 2017, end of the year. This has been a year of a lot of big YouTube news, with one thing being the adpocalypse. Did that affect you at all? Kind of the ad issues that people were having?
It did. It was not as bad as other people, but like really the main thing that affected me, I don't know if this is related, but YouTube just like I was saying in 2016, those top 10 videos were doing amazing, and YouTube just stopped promoting my videos. I don't know why. Like it was just drastically less views and all this stuff, and it's the same topics. I mean, top summer 2017, and you could see it's like a fraction of what the one from 2016 got. I don't know if that's related to that, but also I've had where my videos get demonetized. It hasn't been a lot, thankfully, but that's sort of why I've started a Patreon, because I'm worried that in the future it will be a lot, and it will be like a top 10 list. And so right now it's, you know, the Patreon, it's there, and it helps a lot, and I love it. But it's really for a long-term thing that I could fall back on, that I know I could still continue making videos. I shouldn't be worried on making this video and it getting demonetized, because I'll still have that backup with the Patreon. So that's where it all has come into. I mean, I never considered it. I mean, I've considered it in the past making a Patreon, but I really made it like last month, and like back then I was like, I don't need it. But seeing where YouTube's going, and we get less and less each year, it's going to be hard without a Patreon. So I'm really glad that, you know, there's such a platform as Patreon, and that I was able to start it. So yeah.
Right. Have you noticed the videos that you mentioned that have been demonetized? Is there kind of a theme for the type of video? So with Beyond the Brick, we've had a few that have been demonetized, but they're all war related, or typically it's like a World War II video that'll be demonetized. Is there a theme to yours?
Yeah, okay. The two I remember off the top of my head, it was the Monster Fighters for Halloween. I was trying to think of a theme. I'm like, it's called The Crazy Scientist and His Monster. I have no idea why that would be demonetized, you know? And then the other one was, it was a Minecraft. It was just a Minecraft promo review. It was Steve Minecraft, Minecon promo, some Lego review, which actually got pretty popular for like a review. There's a lot of views. But yeah, I was like, I have no idea the theme between these that made this demonetized. I have a theory that YouTube does it to videos where the audience is from places like, you know, I guess, you know, less kid-friendly sites. But I still, even that theory doesn't apply to mine. I don't know how it would relate to that. But so yeah, I'm not entirely sure. Not entirely sure. You know?
Yeah, and that's the thing with YouTube. There's always more questions than answers.
Exactly. That's YouTube's motto. Yeah, more questions than answers. Yeah, you know. So
you mentioned the Patreon there. Besides that, has it just been YouTube ad revenue that you've worked with, or are there other advertisers or brand deals?
Yeah. I mean, it's a hobby, and it's also sort of my job. That's what I do. It's the YouTube. I mean, it's cool because I get to do something I love. But I mean, people think it's not a lot of work. It is a lot of work. I put a lot of effort and time into it, and I got to balance everything in life. I got to balance school and that. So, you know, I don't want to work like in retail or anything like that, because I think like the return there is just, and it's not going to interest me. It's just I want to do something I love, you know. So I'm so glad I have this opportunity. So yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that's really awesome. So do you have any tips then for people looking to create better YouTube videos, even, you know, trying to show up higher in the algorithm, or things that you found over the years?
Yeah, I mean, definitely. I always say this to people, but nobody ever says this. But you got to build a community for yourself. And when I say that is, be a recognizable name. And you're going to be like, oh, how can I do that? Well, comment on other people's videos. And I'm not saying, hello, nice video, please subscribe. No, you know, watch this video, you know, oh, this was a cool set. I like your videos. I like this about the set at the end. That's all you have to say. Don't say check out my channel, anything like that. And what happens is because this is what I used to do when I started, I typed in Lego, sort by new, I would hit up 10 videos, like in a row of like, it was kids, you know, and they were sort of my demographic. And then I just comment off there, and then they were like, this guy's cool, he commented on my video. Because like, they're in the same place as you. Nobody comments on their videos, you know, like when you start out. And so they're like, somebody actually commented on my video, let me check him out. And then they check you out. And then, that's how it works. So it's sort of like a mutual thing. It's a way to get people into your place. It's a way to build friends. It's a way to build a community. And so yeah, there's that. Also, reply to every one of your comments when you're first starting out. I did that up until like 2 years ago. It was crazy. But yeah, you make people want to comment more. The more comments, first off, they get another view if they're responding to your comment. And people love responding to the creators' comments because they're like, wow, somebody actually noticed me that made a video. It's like awesome. It's like meeting a celebrity. And yeah, so it gets you more views, and also it gets more. I guess YouTube likes to feature that if oh, this video is getting a lot of comments. It's controversial in a way. I don't know, but so there's that, and keep a consistent schedule. I would say upload at least twice a week. So yeah, those are like the 3 things that really, if you're starting out. I mean, of course, people say do what you like. That's like an obvious one. Of course, make videos you like. Of course, be good at quality, have good lighting, stuff like that. But the more unconventional ones, those are really ones I think people need to feature more. And just commenting on other people's and building a community. Also have a selling point. Like have something what makes your channel so special. You got to have something unique. Don't just copy off of somebody else. Or maybe take somebody else's style and make a twist on it, something like that. So yeah, those are my advice.
Right, no, that's a lot of really good advice, and we found a lot of those things to be true, especially the consistent scheduling. That's when we really, a couple years ago, started to see the really great growth, is when we started consistently putting out a video a day, or right now we're actually doing like 2 a day. And so, yeah, if you can get that consistent videos going up. And
yeah, now don't do maybe like 6 a day or something. That might be too much. That's when it gets annoying, where people might say, oh my gosh, it's too much, I want to unsubscribe. But yeah, that's totally true. Yeah, at least 2 a day, that's good. I do 1 a day. I think I'm actually probably going to stop that in 2018. I made a decision that I think I'm going to do maybe 3 videos a week or 2. It's going to be a lot less, but I just need to focus on school and stuff.
Right,
like
yeah, you find what works for you.
Yeah, and plus I'll have more time to maybe make like a big video each week. Like I could do, 1 big video, 1 small video, or maybe 2 small videos, and Throwback Thursday, something else, and a big video. So yeah, I'm definitely going to take, I guess, less time or less uploads, but more quality. That's my plan for 2018. Yeah.
Can we expect to see you at any conventions, Lego conventions around the country? Is that ever something
Yeah, I really wish. And all jokes aside, the reason I haven't done it is because I need a good idea for a face reveal. I want to make the most epic face reveal. Even today I was like, maybe I should do a face review on the Beyond the Brick channel. And I was like, nah. It's going to be, I want to make a cinematic masterpiece. It's been my dream to become a film director, so this is going to be my first directorial debut.
Okay.
The Just 2 Good movie. No, I don't know. But no, it's going to be, I want to do something amazing for the face reveal. So once I do that, then I'll go to conventions, because I love traveling and I never get to, so I'll have an excuse. So yeah, stay tuned. That's all I'm going to say. Maybe 2019, maybe 2018. It depends when I start penning it. Maybe it'll just come out of nowhere. Maybe it'll come out tomorrow. You don't know. You don't know. Yeah.
See you in the wild. Who knows?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah, well, that's really neat, and I appreciate you sharing all your insights with us.
No, it was awesome.
Kind of
I love talking.
Behind the scenes of the channel, and some good YouTube advice there. So, what can we look forward to coming into 2018 here? Any more video projects
definitely. I mean, for the rest of 2017, I think I have one more top 10 list planned. I'm going to still do a video every day until the end of 2017. But yeah, 2018. Some big changes to the channel, gonna do less videos, but more quality videos, and we'll see where that takes us, so yeah. That's what the future holds,
Sounds good. We'll look forward to that. I appreciate you chatting with me here.
It was great being on Beyond the Brick. I mean, I was like, trust me, I was raving to all my friends. I'm like, oh my gosh, Beyond the Brick is coming over. And they're like, who the heck is that? And I'm like, it's amazing. Yeah.
As long as we think it's amazing.
Exactly. Yes, exactly. If I said it to a Lego person, they'd be like, oh my gosh. Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's great to meet up with other YouTubers and get other perspectives on the YouTube Lego community. So this is really good, and hopefully we'll run into you in a convention somewhere down the line.
Yeah, hey, whenever you're in the Orlando area, hit me up, man. Yeah.
For sure, thank you. And everyone watching, if you haven't checked out Just 2 Good's YouTube channel, definitely make sure to look for a link in the description below.
Heck yeah.
Lots of awesome content there. Like you said, a lot of uploads each week, so there's lots of fun content and lots of old stuff to catch up on, like rants about the old Back to the Future sets. So.
Yes. Oh, I also have some Chima rants, some Lego Chima rants if you want to see those.
So lots of good stuff there. Thanks for watching.